What is up? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today, my name is D-Free. I am your host, and we have some new information here. We have actually got the data download for the upcoming GOTENKS Dokkan Festival, which should be out tomorrow. So, quick programming note. I actually, earlier today, which I'm going to actually push this video out to tomorrow most likely, but earlier today I went ahead and recorded a video about a team building. So super physical team building. And in that video, I talked about the possibility of the Kid Physical Trunks Dokkan awakening. And unfortunately, he does not. From what we see here now, at the time of the video, he does not. Him and the Goten, that kind of like corresponds with him, don't Dokkan awaken. So that sucks. But regardless, we have information. So I'm not going to tread too deeply over GOTENKS. In that video, I do talk about GOTENKS individually. It looks like they created a new event, which I kind of figured they'd have to do because they already had a stage that gave 77 medals, or 7 medals each run, you know what I mean? So they had to make a new event for him. So they did that, new medals, or maybe they didn't make a new event, they just made new medals. Like, I felt like they could have done that with Super Saiyan 3 Tech, but like they didn't. So one thing I want to say is that, god dang, both of these GOTENKS arts are freaking phenomenal. I said in the other video that I think that I like the other one a little better because this is really good, but this one's actually growing on me. You know what, completely honestly, you know what sold me on this is those legs. The way he's like just standing, you can tell he's like floating in the air, and I know where this scene's from. The legs is just like, oh yeah, this is lit. He's pointing at you, he's like, bro, I'm gonna take you down. So he has 10,000 attack. I didn't know that. I didn't point that out. But overall, I'm not gonna talk too deeply about him. He has 3 super attacks. He has 120% up, the 60% up for 7 turns, and 30% down. That was a buff. He wasn't initially that good. Star of Hope. What the frying? What is that? Is that Budding Star, or like the Budding Warrior Link or whatever? Yeah, it is. And this is why I said that physical, these two right here, they would have Dokkan Awakened. That would have been pretty cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the new stuff aside from GOTENKS. So this Goku is the Intelligence Orb Changing Goku, stacked for Super Saiyan Goku. He Dokkan Awakens, and he now gives 2 ki to intellectual types, so int types, and HP and defense up 70%, teleport Kamehameha. He does super extra large damage, which is supreme, I believe, and he stuns rarely, so it's about 10% chance to do it. He now does the same thing with the orb changing, but he just gets 40% attack to himself. So basically they did with him what I kind of expected and what they've done with other orb changing units like him that just change orbs. They just add a generic 20%, 40%, 50% attack increase on them, and you're good to go from there. Let's see what his key multiplier is. 140. Pretty solid, actually. 12 key modifier or multiplier, so 140%. So he's not very much of a hard hitter innately, but I guess he could be because he has a farmable attack. And as we expected, GOTENKS is 150, so he's going to be ridiculously hard hitting. So not really anything else to say about this Goku. He now has the Rebirth link. If you have LR Gohan, he probably can run on the team. I feel like at a certain point, though, to be honest, you just don't need it. Like any more orbs. I feel like Gohan maybe would be fine, but it all comes down to preference, to be honest. But either way, this Goku's really good. He got a lot better. He was already pretty solid. It's nice to see him awaken after the Bardock that kind of came out around the time he did, or at the same banner. I can't recall. The Tech one got an awakening. Now, it does suck. I'll always say it does suck if they get the Rebirth link, but what can you do? This guy awakens with 7 medals from the Battlefield event. Or not Battlefield, excuse me. LR Goku, which is like 1 run if you're lucky. So, all right, let's go ahead and look at what's next. So this is actually something that I thought would have happened a long time ago with like the Tech God Tanks, who has been demoted to being just GOTENKS now. He'll always be GOTENKS in my eyes, but there's a new GOTENKS in town, and he's a lot better. But I thought this would happen a long time ago. This is actually the AGL base form GOTENKS that's dab tanks, if you will. Let's see what he does now. I think initially he was a 3 key leader, just 3 key base form. Energy of all attributes, 3 key, and so yeah, 3 key to all types, and 30% attack and defense. No HP, oversized damage, and lowers defense. Cool to see a hero card get a debuff. He's still a nuker. Instead of 12%, he's 15% per ball. So I don't think that I think that means that there's no restriction on it. It's either AGL or per orb, which I'm pretty sure that it was already per orb anyway on him. So that's pretty good. They just buffed it, and he has Super Saiyan and he has Fierce Battle, so he's gonna hit a lot harder. The one problem with that guy is that he just hit like a feather, man. He always hit, even if you gave him like a board of orbs. I did it one time. I was trying to nuke Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and this was like around the time, a little bit before Super Vegito came out on Global. And I was nuking him, and my SA-10, and this is all pre-potential system orbs, all that. My SA-10 God Goku was literally doing more damage than my SA-10 base form Gotenks, who is actually a nuker. It's weird. It was just like, okay, and they had like the same links, but like this guy didn't have like Super Saiyan and stuff, so obviously there was stuff holding him back. But it's good to see he got a lot better. 125% does kind of suck a little bit, but, you know, they're trying to make sure that he's not, like, too ridiculously good as a nuking unit. So I do understand. It would have been cool if they gave him 20% up like they gave the Goku and the Vegeta, but they also did that because those guys don't have Super Saiyan, so it's kind of understandable in that regard. So I digress. It is nice to see this guy finally getting an awakening, and it's cool to see him go Super Saiyan. So let's look at STR base form Gotenks. He does not go Super Saiyan like the other one. This guy has always been like freaking god awful just unit. He was really bad, but like I don't want to say that that's what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is he's always been like the bane of my just freaking nightmare. He's just like always been the worst possible thing for me. He's such a troll. Like, it, you know Dino has like the Goldo stuff and yada yada. You guys never established the meme for me, so I'm gonna tell you right now. I have pulled this guy. I pull one of these like every banner, no lie. Like literally, that may be a bit of an exaggeration, so forgive me. But it's so consistent. I did one time on Global on a double rate banner. I did one multi and got 3 of them. What are the chances of that? He wasn't even featured. What were the... God, I hate this guy. So let's see if he's any better now. I don't know what he does. I don't know what any of these units do prior to looking at them, aside from the physical Gotenks. So when he super attacks now, your allies get 20% attack up. That's the Vegito mechanic. That's pretty cool. Seeing a lot more units starting to get that. So that's good because it gives you incentive to put him in the first slot, because even if you put him in like the second or third slot, they'll still get the increase, but the problem is they won't get a chance to use it because they'll have already attacked. You'll see their attack stat go up when he super attacks, but they'll have already attacked. So, like, they can't use it, really. And it only lasts for that one turn. So, Loud Laughter. Further the attack 77% up and 1 second at the turn start plus 23%. So, I think what it's saying is that he still gets a 77% up, but he gets 23% up if he's extra, if he's the first one to attack. So I think what that means is initially I think he got 77% more attack if he was the first person to attack on your turn, meaning you had to keep him in the first slot. There's a Tech Goku, Angel Super Saiyan 2, that wants to be in the last slot. He gets extra ki and extra attack, but this guy wanted to be in the first slot. So I think what it's saying is he gets 77%. You guys can correct me, but that's just natural. If you put him in the first slot, he gets an extra 23% to bump him up to 100 overall. So you guys can correct me, but I think that's what it's saying. Combat Ethic Saiyan, that's Saiyan Warrior Race. The Innocence is there. Shocking Speed, Fused Warrior, and Kamehameha and Super Fierce Battle. This guy's actually not a bad option for Super STR. He's really not. I mean, Shocking Speed, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, Saiyan Lineage and Saiyan Warrior Race don't too much matter, but he still, if you put him in the first slot, he's a 100% unit. The problem with putting him in the first slot means you're putting him on rotation. Either way, he's still a really solid option, and to be honest, I always thought he was a solid option for the team. The one reason why I said you wouldn't run him is because of the fact that he needed to be in the first slot. He's a lot better now, and 135%, he's going to hit pretty damn hard, to be honest. Look at the base attack. He's a pretty good unit, actually. I really like this guy, what they did for him. It's a different mechanic. Like, the way that they worked him out is pretty creative. I'm actually going to send this to Rhymestyle because we actually recorded a video today about lack of creativity in the game. I'm going to send that to him. But overall, really solid unit, actually. I like what they did for him. And this is my big daddy. This is the one I am most hype about. Goodness, I can't believe that they did this. This man has a 130% ki multiplier. That's the one problem with him. But you've heard me say it, or you've heard like my friend Zenrot say it in videos on Twitter and stuff like that. That 6th slot on Super Tech, because you'd run Gotenks Super Saiyan 3, Kid Gotenks. You'd run Angel Goku Super Saiyan 3. You'd run, now you'd run TN. I can't think of it now. You'd run LR Goku and you'd run Bardock, right? So that 6th slot can go to anybody. It could go to Vegito, just face form Vegito. It could go to Tech Super Saiyan Trunks from the future timeline. Or it could go to this guy when he was Super Saiyan 1. A lot of times people will give it to him for Fused Fighter because even if Gotenks got 12 ki, it wasn't a death sentence. Now I'll say this guy definitely takes that slot. You may even be able to drop a unit like LR Goku if you truly, truly want to. I wouldn't do it, but if you want to, you can drop him for like Vegito and have a little bit more Fused Fighter, because I'm going to say that SS3 Gotenks Kid is basically doomed to always be at 12 ki on this team. Unless you put him in the first slot, I guess. But even then, he'd probably have roaming support every now and then from TN if you have TN. I personally don't have TN. I didn't try for him. But this team has so much Fused Fighter and Over in a Flash now that it's great, for everybody but Gotenks. But either way, he's not as good at 12 ki as the other one, nowhere near, because he only has Extreme on that. But he's still going to hit like 600k on average, so it doesn't really matter. But this guy, 6-turn attack, stack, which stays, so longer battles suit him. Supreme damage on a burning Kamehameha means it probably have a different animation, which is cool. Energy, 2 ki and 70% attack and defense. Don't care about the leader skill. Work of Intimacy, 100% up during the super attack. So that is the same as STR Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, ATL Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Now he has Super Saiyan, he has Fused Fighter, he has Over in a Flash, 3 ki link. He has Figure Exceeds the Limit. That's a limit-breaking form. The 2,000 for all the Super Saiyan 3 cards. The Innocence, which is 10% between him and... I don't know why they gave that to him. He's older now. I mean, I guess. They give Innocence to, like, goofy characters and things like that. Majin Buus, the androids. Different characters in that regard. Either way, he has Kamehameha and Fierce Battle now. So, yeah, he's basically the best friend to that second Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is why I said you can kind of drop LR if you wanted to, and you want it, because what was happening is LR Goku and Bardock were on your second rotation, and that friend SS3 Goku was probably a floater. So you can actually go Gotenks and Goku on one, and then Teen Gotenks, which is him, and Goku on another rotation, and you have Tien and Vegito floating, and Bardock. That actually may be the best outfit. I don't know. But anyways, a lot of stuff. They don't have the medals listed here, but I'm going to assume that it uses the same medals. We'll try to update it, refresh it. I'm pretty sure it uses the same medals because he has Fierce Battle. And they're actually bringing back the Dragon Ball Heroes banner. It sucks that they didn't awaken Baby Janemba from what I see here. But if any more stuff drops, I'll do another video separately on that. So anyways, thank you guys for the continued support, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.